Guys, I've finally got one. He's in the onion bag. Ghost carp. Welcome to another video. First of all, I'm going to say sorry about my hair. It's an absolute joke. I don't know what's going on with it. But today I am at Todber Manor and I'm fishing Little Haze, and this is a carp fishing video. If I catch a ghost carp or a, I don't know if there's any koi carp in here, anything like that I need for the fish chase. There's big bream in here, so if I catch a bream, I can tick that off the fish chase as well. But this isn't necessarily a fish chase video, but if I do catch one, it's coming off the list. So I think we're here for 36 hours. We got one night. It's Sunday today. We're leaving 5 p.m. Tomorrow, Monday. And I'm here with Jordan and Liam. And we've got 3 pegs all next to each other. So Jordan's next to me. Liam's in the far one. Just got my rods out. And I'm going to set up my bivvy and stuff. But yeah, the rods were my main priority. I've never fished here before. This is the first proper carp session I've ever had. Like, you know, obviously I've done like a couple of little carp sessions, but this is the first serious one. Anything I catch today could possibly, I mean, it's got a great chance of being my PB. So fingers crossed. Both the rods went out lovely. Well, I said the right hand one went out first time lovely. The second one, it took me 2 or 3 chucks. I just had to get it right. There's no signs of spawning. Apparently they've already spawned. But there is a couple, well, I've seen a couple of carp boshing on one of my spots because the gentleman that was here that left as I turned up, he actually said he caught, I think he said he caught 6 fish, and he'd been here just over 24 hours. And he was telling me the spots that he was fishing and where he was catching them from. So I've taken some of that advice and incorporated it into my own fishing. So hopefully I can get them back on the feed and we can land a couple of decent carp. Well, that's it for the first time. I'm all properly set up. Look, I've got wrapping sticks, I've got a bivvy out, I've got bite alarms on the go, I've got slings and bloody dunhooking mats and big old nets. Got my spod bucket, a water bucket. You know, I've got my rods are out, both on the spot. Well, one, okay, let me tell you where the spots are. So the guy that was fishing here before me said to fish where the, let me get my fingers, where are they? Where this sort of grassy sort of reed stems end, and there's a gap there. He's been baiting up there and I've seen a fish crash in there. So I've got a bait out in there, probably a foot away from the bank because it shelves off. And then I've got one out. Let me stand over here so I can show you properly. I've got one in between those 2 trees. You should be able to see like a, in here, you should be able to see like a sort of browner patch. So in between these 2 trees here, and I'm fishing again about a foot away from the bank because it just shelves off gradually like that. Quite a hard bottom. I've got some hard spots I'm fishing over. I think it's all quite hard, to be honest. And then yeah, I think Jordan's got one on the island somewhere and one out sort of just off the island, and then Liam's fishing in open water. So we've got all bases covered. I was tempted to bait up a margin because apparently the margins are quite good in here. We've all got a good idea, but they got a mind of their own and they do what they want. But there's so many fish in here, so let's hope we can get some in. Well, I just had a couple of beeps on my left-hand rod and I had a good feeling that that was good. My gosh. I had a good feeling that was going to be the one that goes. That's the left-hand rod again. And basically, it started going. But I think I was too keen, too excited, and I think I sort of lifted into it too early. There was nothing there, so I whipped it straight back out and literally just had a tap on the receiver now. I always like to have my alarms really quiet, because I'm very conscious about annoying other people, which is a bit silly, I think, really, I guess, because, you know, I'm fishing on a carp lake. We're all here doing the same thing, trying to catch carp, so I think everyone knows the situation, but I just don't like being the one that's like, oh, mate, shut up, do you know what I mean, with your alarms. So I always have them really nice and quiet, and I've got the receiver, obviously, with me. But I might just turn it off and put my alarms up a little bit, because I don't want to waste the battery in that receiver. Because obviously I'm going to need that at night. I'll have my alarms quite quiet and my receiver in. So yeah, it's looking like things are going to start picking up. I'm not spotting out any more bait just yet. I'm going to see how it goes the next couple of hours. And if I haven't had a fish in the next couple of hours, I might put some more bait out. But I don't want to overdo it. You know, you can always add bait in to your spot, but you can't take any away. And it's very easy to overdo it. So I'm just being really cautious with the amount of bait I put out. So we've been looking forward to coming down here for weeks. We booked it a couple of months ago, and it's just nice to have a bit of a social, you know, to get everyone together on a fishing trip. It's hard to do, you know, people have commitments and work and stuff, so it's good that we can sort of be down here together, fishing together, and have a bit of a social as well. I'm not too sure they're keen on being on camera, which is absolutely fine. They said, unless I catch a big fish, I don't really want to be on camera. So that's fair enough. I respect that. So I won't put them in the sessions, well, unless they catch a big fish. There's definitely signs of fish out there now. I think I can see one on top. But yeah, in terms of like getting the bivvy up and setting up your gear and stuff, it took me a while, because this is the first time, like I say, I've fished a proper fishery like this. So I guess the more you do it, the more you get to learn and understand about your gear and your equipment and how to set things up, you know. So that'll all come in time. Well, I've gone to whip up my first bit of grub, and it's gone absolutely everywhere. It's all over my top, all over my fingers. It's even on my bloody face. Look at it. Oh, God. But we're starting off with a bit of lunch. I got some spaghetti and some sausages on the go. There you go, that's not a bad spot of lunch, is it? As easy as it comes. And you can cook it in that pan and hold it and eat it out of that pan, so that's good. But yeah, trust me, the cooking is going to get a lot better, but I just thought I'd test it out. I'm going to get this down my neck. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I just want to hit my PB. I mean, apparently there are a couple of fish in here, 30 plus. My target is 20 pounds. I think that's a realistic target. There are, well, from what I understand, there are a lot of fish in here within that sort of 17 to 25 pound region. Yeah, I'd be happy with any fish. Especially at the moment, because I've not had anything. Right, I'm getting a little bit bored, if I'm honest, guys, so got a couple of sausages on the go. I've also got these little mini wraps, which I'm going to put them in. And I'm probably going to do, I don't know whether to do some bacon and some cheese. We've added the bacon, lads. I was umming and ahhing about it, and I thought, you know what, I've got plenty there. Sausage, bacon and cheese wraps. Well, they are very small wraps, so I'm glad I got two. But they're so good. Well, I'm just waiting for my right hand rod to go off, because there's 2 or 3 coots right on my spot. And they just, I don't know if they're getting anything. They just keep diving down on my bait. Which isn't ideal, but if they keep doing that, I might accidentally catch one in a minute. Quick update, we finally got a fish in the net. Wasn't mine, wasn't Jordan's, it was Liam. He's fishing the furthest swim away from me, out into the open water. And he caught this ghost carp, 17 pounds, which proves that there are ghost carp in here. And you know, I was going to say the fish are feeding. The fish, I don't think the fish are feeding, but I mean, proof is in the pudding. They must be feeding over at his swim because obviously he's landed that one. But it's taken, I mean, we've been fishing for about 8.5 hours, and, you know, he's got 3 rods out. That's the first fish he's had. Me and Jordan have not had anything, so it's very tough going, very difficult. But at least we've got a fish. We've seen a fish. It's on in the net. Happy days. At least we've caught one. You know what I mean? So, or Liam's caught one, should I say? But yeah, it's just nice to see a fish being landed. Evening is drawing in. Evening is drawing in on day 1. Look at that, for a beautiful evening view. It has started to, well, I say rain. It's spitting. It started to spit. I've put me over wrap up on my bivvy, so hopefully I stay nice and dry in there. Fingers crossed there's no leaks. I have just actually whipped up some pancakes, which I was meant to film, but I completely forgot. I was enjoying them so much, and we were having a social. We all sort of went over to the middle swim and had a bit of dinner all together in the middle swim with our receivers, of course. But yeah, I think we're all set up for the night now. I've redone my rods. What I've decided to do was my right-hand rod, I mean, was over. I've not had a sniff all day over there. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to use my right-hand rod and put it in where I've been fishing on my left-hand rod, because I have had a couple of knocks on that rod. And my left-hand rod, I've now put into a margin down here. I put a bit of bait in there earlier, so it's had a chance to settle. I've just thrown some boilies in over the top, and now I'm fishing a boilie in there. Good morning. It is now 8 o'clock in the morning, and you probably think I look really tired, which I do, and I've just seen myself and I look bloody knackered, which I am. And it's not because I was up all night with fish. Actually, I'm sorry to say it, but I had to reel my rods in. Between 12 midnight and 1 in the morning, I was just like, I mean, I was tired all day anyway because we were up early and I hadn't had no sleep. And my right hand rod just kept beeping, but not like it wasn't like, it just kept going beep, and it would go quiet for like 3 or 4 minutes, and it would go beep beep, and it would go quiet again, and it would go beep, and I'm like, oh my god. And I kept sitting up thinking, it's gonna go, like proper like anxious, and it really did set off my anxiety, because I'm laying in bed and then I can't sleep because I'm thinking, just when I think there's nothing there, beep, oh, it goes again, and then I'm like, oh. And it got to a point where I was like, do you know what, I'm so tired and I can't sleep because I'm so anxious that rod's gonna go. And I just said, look, I'm gonna have to reel the rods in because I need sleep. It was so, like, I was so tired. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning, which I wasn't, I mean, I was hoping to get my rods back out earlier than this, but I've just woke up. So got a hot chocolate on the go, kettle's on the boil, and yeah, I'm just going to redo my rods. I might change my spots, but we've got until 5 PM today. Hopefully we can bag one. Liam says he's had a bream and he lost a carp last night. So Jordan still nothing. Yeah, we just have to keep trying. Look at this, mate. What's going on here? Sent out a couple of spods and the whole bloody wildlife of the earth comes over. Mind you, the geese aren't eating it. It's the ducks. But I know the geese are looking for it. They just didn't see where it went. I think the ducks have cleared it out. Well, I've woken up a little bit now. Had a nice hot drink, had some breakfast. In fact, you know, I was saying about how there's going to be some cooking going on in this video. I just think because of the way the session's gone, that hasn't been such a big... Basically, when we had a little cook up for breakfast earlier, I think I was so focused on making sure that I was doing the right things today to get a fish that I just didn't film. I didn't even think about filming it. because whilst I was cooking my breakfast, I was having a good talk with the boys and just saying like what we got to do to catch fish, and we were talking about changing spots or using solid bags, PVA bags, using bottom baits or pop-ups. Like, we were really trying to work out what we were going to do, and because of all that, we just were cooking our food and I just completely forgot to film it. So I do apologise, because there was meant to be some really good foodie bits in this video, but the most important thing for me is a fish. I'd much rather have a fish in the video for you guys than me cooking a sausage bap. Do you know what I mean? Well, it was sausage, cheese and bacon. It was a nice bap, to be fair. But yeah, I just need to prioritise. I need to prioritise the fact that fishing is first, and I need to make sure I do what I can to catch a fish. I have been baiting up the margin. I was yesterday, and I have been this morning, and I've just literally 5 minutes ago seen a fish rolled in that margin. I've seen it rolled. I've seen it roll in the margin, and it looked like quite a big fish. So I've put my left hand rod in that margin, right hand rod's back out on that main spot that I've been fishing all day yesterday. I did change spot for a few hours, didn't get nothing, and I thought to myself, I've put out a lot of bait out on that first spot, and I feel like it would be a waste if I didn't fish over the top of that. Even though it hasn't produced, I did have a run on it yesterday, early doors, and I had a couple of knocks on that spot last night. That was where my alarm kept buzzing. I just started to get everything up together, because obviously we're leaving at 5 o'clock today. It's about 11 o'clock now, half 11, and I just wanted to go through my bivvy, get a few things sorted, just tidy up a little bit so it's not all the mad rush when we leave. And as I was doing that, the rain started coming in, so it's not too bad, it's just spitting. But yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't get worse than this, and that we can pack away our bivvy nice and dry and get our, you know, nobody wants to pack any gear away wet. So yeah, that's the update. I'll let you know if I catch anything. Jordan reckons he's got a couple of knocks. He's had a couple of beeps on his alarms. Liam says he has also, so I'm hoping today, well, I say it all the time, I'm hoping they turn on. I am, so let's see what happens. Guys, I've finally got one. He's in the onion bag. Well, here it is. My first and only fish of the session. Common carp. I reckon it's just pushing double figures. I'm going to weigh it now. But excellent. There we go. So there we go. It turned out it was a PB. What was it, Lee? £12 free? Yeah. £12 3 ounces. It's beat my PB by 3 ounces. I didn't think it was that big, but there we go. Just gotta head this way. Let's get around. Just facing the other way. Ooh, I'm going to end up in the drink here. There she goes. Come on. Yeah! That's a PB bush. I've just beat my PB by 3 ounces, which means I'm going to have a bucket over my head. Jordan's not doing it because he didn't even want to give me a hand with the fish. So Liam can do it. Not a full bucket. Yeah. No. Come on, don't be harsh, mate. I'll catch bloody hypothermia. Now listen, I know it's not been an action-packed video, and I know that it's been a bit slow, and I honestly was all prepared for a blank, so to catch that is just, it's made me so happy. It really has. It's been a really tough session. We've still got a few hours left. I'm hoping now that they're going to start feeding. But yeah, that one was literally in the margin. I was baiting the margin up yesterday, and what I found actually to beat the we were having a lot of problems with the ducks and the swans and the coots, sorry about my hair, diving down on the bait, and I think it was disrupting the swim. So rather than spot out baits which are likely to cloud in the water, I've just been putting in bottom baits, and obviously where I'm fishing the margin, it's easy for me to just literally hand throw it in, and it's worked. It's produced the result that I was after. Now in terms of stamp of the fish in here, that's a very small fish, but it's still my PB, and the fact that I've beaten it by 3 ounces is I mean, yeah, really, 3 ounces. But what I didn't want to do was go and catch like a 25-pound, obviously I want to catch a 25-pound carp, but if you go and catch like a big fish, then it's always really hard to beat your PB, isn't it? But now it's only 12.3, hopefully I can go and beat it again. But that means another bucket of water again. Oh, come on. I've just seen a ghost carp. I'll show you the footage right now, guys. Look at this ghost carp. He must be just over a rod length out. He's not far out at all. I threw some buoys in quick, and he sort of vanished. I'm wondering, and I'm hoping, that he heard the splash of the buoys going in, and he's sort of going down to have a feed on them. If he does, it'll be that left-hand rod again. Come on, please. Well, I am finally now home. Sorry this was a short video for you guys. I was planning and I was hoping it would be a lot longer because there'd be more action, but there just wasn't a lot of action. Not a lot of fish came out the whole time we were there. We packed away a little bit early because I just saw it started raining, and I think we were just a little bit like we'd sort of had enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's quite rare in fishing that you ever go fishing, you want to leave early. I don't think we wanted to leave early, but I think the weather came in and I just think we were tired, and obviously not being prolific on the fish kind of made us feel a bit like the session was done. I definitely learned a lot from that session, and I'm definitely going to take what I learned moving forward and incorporate into further trips, future trips. But yeah, it was a great experience, and I'm definitely interested in keeping it up and doing it again. So that's what I will be doing. And yeah, I'm going to improve my game. I'm going to improve my gear. And yeah, hopefully there'll be more trips like this to come. I caught one carp. It turned out to be a PB, which I was super happy with, especially in the situation where I was on a blank and then that came along. But again, I've already ticked common carp off my list, so nothing to report for the fish chase. But yeah, overall a great trip, and hopefully there'll be bigger and better trips to come. Thanks for watching this one, guys. Please like and subscribe as always, and I'll see you next time.